Guys, can you hear me? But I said a lot of things I didn't know I was mute to. But we need to move on then. What kind of rubbish is this? And I thought I was even making sense. I don't go far. Then I'm saying it's chat box. But just try. Always are going to be against it. But at the end of the day, whatever assignment I'm giving, it's not going to be your end. And it's not end product. Imagine it was a job, and the client is really waiting for this. So that's the only way. That's the only way to push yourself, because at the end of the day, not everybody starts with a very good PC. In fact, I'm even trying to tell people that even with phones, you can actually make magic. Actually, there's no excuse. That's what the world has actually made it to be now. So if you want to create, you will create, and it can work. It might be difficult, but it can work. So let's just move on to the day activities very quickly. So last time we stopped at strokes, right? Show stopped at strokes. Please, if you can see my screen, thumbs up. At any time, like I just go off, please just drop it in the chat box. Drop it in the chat box, or you can even send me a DM, please. I've gotten to that stage, Don't forget, we're trying to build a very strong community. Community of people making money. Money is the most important thing. You can even bring ideas because you now, as we are like this, right? It's not just, in fact, I can't know it all. There's a lot I don't know. And I'm still going to recommend you to some videos so that you can have people with different specialties. Do you understand? So yeah, I spoke about strokes, and for stroke we have our point, edit line, and stroke, right? And I was like, the main elements used in editing grease pencil are points, and I explained to you how I drew a line, and when I went to edit mode, I could access the edit line, I could access the stroke itself as an edge, and I could access the points, meaning I can actually move the points, which is very interesting. So now, yeah, for lines and strokes, yes, so I explained this that time. So now primitives, you know how in object mode you can hold shift A, or go to your add and bring in new objects. Now you can bring in objects too in 2D. What am I trying to say? So let me present for you, present something else. I've not shrink my blender. Okay, so so this is a 2D. I was just trying something. There's nothing special here. Like, it's a drawing. So if I go to object mode, right, and I click this light, what it was just trying to show here is that it's amazing how our characters can still be affected by light. That is amazing. That's really amazing. So yeah, in object mode, I'm not, until you click the stroke before you can access draw mode, which is your 2D animation. When you come into 2D animation, default preview, this is what you will see. You understand? You know why the yellow is following? The yellow is following because I'm using a material that has fill for yellow. Very easy. So now if I come to object mode and press Alt A, that I've deselected everything, you see the add, those things are still here. Your cube is still here, but now this one's now a 3D object. If you look around, can you see they are 3D? And let me go to normal. That's in rendered mode. Let me go to material preview mode. So you can see all these primitives are there now. See grease pencil primitive, stroke. Let me come here. So let me go to wireframe mode. Okay, sorry. What did I bring in now? I brought in blank, so you won't see anything, but there's this grease pencil there. Look at it, grease pencil here. It's a blank, meaning I can, on that blank, if I go to edit mode, anything I draw is going to be on the, you can see now this one is not following the yellow, meaning this is another grease pencil material, like another grease pencil object. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? For this grease pencil, if you come here, you can see for the material there's nothing new. For the layers too, nothing. So until I come to object mode and go back to this our original stroke, can you see it's here? Then come to draw mode, you can see our materials are still there. Come to material, can you see the one of yellow is there? Can you see? Now that's one. You can bring in stroke, you can bring in monkey. Let me press G and take it to the side. Can you see? I'm not lying, 2D animation is sweet though, but I don't know when I'll have that time to be doing 2D. I don't know why. It's annoying. And then you can bring in scene art, collection art, and object art. Let me just tell you, these three, they are very similar. In fact, I'll go into them. Let me first just present. So when you come to okay, so you can see your monkey. This is what I was trying to explain. So when you bring in blank, it's empty, but you can draw on it. When you bring in stroke, this comes as default, and when you bring in monkey, that comes as default. So before I explain multi-frame, let me just show you what line art, collection art, all of them, what they do. Line art, object art, and collection art. Now, if I come to object mode, meaning this can actually work in normal Blender 3D too. You know the difference between Blender 3D and 2D is just our world being white. See, you can see it's white, that's why. If I take it to this color, have you not come back to 3D, normal 3D? But everybody is just moving mad. Everybody's moving mad. So yeah, I'll come to normal 3D, add in what? I'll bring in a cube, take it here, shift duplicate the cube. Now everything is in this collection, right? I can come to add and bring in this grease pencil for collection art. It's everything in this collection is going to have a line art, but guess what? Only when I am in camera mode that I will be able, meaning if I come out of camera mode, you can see this back side does not have lines. Why? Because it only respects being in the camera. As simple as that. That's what it does for you. So for multi-frame, right? Multi-frame allows you to draw, edit, and sculpt or weight painting on several frames at the same time. Extremely useful to avoid repeating tasks for one frame at the same time. But I'll not lie to you, some of these things, when they have their, let me bring in the attendance now, if I forget. So to me, I don't feel it's very useful, this tool, because why do I need to control until I get to that point, right? But most of the times I'm always making sure each frame has a tailored animation, tailored drawing that I want specifically. I don't want to be, imagine I have a drawing of a character face and you're telling me now that upon different frames I can adjust, draw, edit on different frames. Instead, if I have a body that is in stagnant but the hand is in motion, maybe waving by, I will just keep that body straight and deselect multi-frame, and then for that particular one I'll put them on a layer and make sure that layer, nothing touches that layer. Then on the next layer I can do another drawing. I'll give you a very quick demo. But basically this one now, you have to select your desired keyframe to draw, select the points in all selected keyframes. You have to make sure your keyframes are selected. Now you can even create fall off, meaning if this was a particular keyframe, the other keyframes that to it, you can create, like now maybe in keyframe 70 you make the eyebrows, you took the eyebrows up, right? In keyframe 79 the eyebrows will be a little bit up, 78 a little bit up, 77 just like that, the way it is on 82, 81, and 82. It's actually nice too, it's cool. Hope you can hear me, guys. So I'll just go back, but let's pray the network doesn't do that shit to me again. So when you want to access your object data property, which is this yellow line you're seeing here now. Just like the way you have in 3D, your normal object properties, right? These strokes that you are seeing for 2D layers, you can see them, list them over here. So now I'm telling you, strokes can be grouped in 2D layers, in special grease pencil layers that help to organize the drawing order and visibility of the stroke, which is amazing. Now, let me tell you something. In 2D animation, it's not easy to draw head. Like, okay, imagine your animation is 24 frames per second, meaning I'm going to be having 48 frames for 2 seconds. Imagine there's like an action with 2 seconds. In 2 seconds, you are going to draw a character 48 times. But now the sense is this, is not all the part of the body that is in motion. If it is, if the character is running, all the part of the body is in motion. If the character is just talking, just the head, the eyes, cheek, teeth, mouth, everything, those ones will move. But the neck too will move, but the shoulder might not move except you're trying to gesticulate, point at the direction, whatever. So you see what's going on. So 2D animation is, in fact, animation basically is you're just trying to deceive the viewer, that this is working, but that's not really what's going on. So most times it's when characters are in a stable, like seated, standing, just discussing, those kind of scenes, they tend to maybe keep the body in one place, maybe in a layer, then maybe you can draw the hand and move that hand in a different layer. You can keep redrawing the hand and all. I'm going to give you an example too. So now we have onion skinning. So now let me tell you, back in the day when people do 2D animation, Walt Disney, right? If you've seen some of those behind the scene BTS, right, you will see where they draw it on paper and they press their pen so that if they take it to the next page, they can see how the character's pose was in the last frame. We're calling each page now frame because it's until we had computer now that we can actually draw, put them into computer and sequence them. That was what Naruto actually did, one of the animes of back then, right? Then now you can even draw on the computer on a particular frame and go to the next frame and click on onion skinning and it will show you a faint color of your former drawing. Can you see opacity here? Wait, let me see if you can. Can you see opacity here? Now you see this opacity, right? You can see 0.5. So you can increase or reduce it and even change the color, which is really nice. That's what onion skinning does. So you can see your several frames at once, whether the ones behind or the ones ahead. Like maybe you've drawn the character to be at the end of the shot, maybe you have drawn him dodging the bullet already. Then you now start drawing how the bullet came in and how his head gradually moved from the original position. So there are a lot of ways you can play around these things, right? And then there are vertex groups. Vertex groups can be used to assign or weighted group to some operator, meaning not just operators, any kind of operator, even amateur operator, meaning you can actually put bones in your 2D animation. Let's give a clap for Blender because that's actually amazing. Imagine you can actually read your 2D characters because that's mad, that's really amazing. Like, meaning if you don't have time to model all your objects, you can actually, that's mind blowing. This is like $1 million expo that I gave you guys because a lot of people use a lot of other 2D animation softwares and the advantage of Blender is that you can actually use 2D and 3D objects at the same time. Is that not mad? That's cool, man. So you now that have gone through this bootcamp, you can see the importance of this vertex group, right? And how you can actually help make your animation better, right? Okay. Wow. So my companion mode is not working on my phone, and my system decided to create companion mode on the on the corner of the screen. Wow. Thank you very much. I don't even know if it's in Windows 11 or something, but at least let's just be grateful for what we have. So let's just present Blare Blare. So I can just show the few things I'm talking about, which is layers and layers, onion skinning, and all. So this jaga jaga that we're putting here. Let me connect my tab so we can make this worthwhile, right? So if we're talking about layers, right, this is what I'm going to do. I'll come to Blender. I don't have time to come and be cleaning or do anything. So I'll create new. In general, if you go to general, this is what you see, your normal Blender, this cube that everybody says they hate seeing anytime they open Blender. But now instead I will do 2D animation, right? I'll do 2D animation. Yeah, I hope you can see my screen. So okay, yes. All right. So when we talk about layers, right? I'll come here and I'm in draw mode, click on this. Then you can see your object data properties. Look at the layers we're talking of. Now see what I'm going to do. If you come up here, you can see it's grease pencil, but this is dope sheet. This is not timeline, but you can actually take it to timeline too if you want. But 2D is better with dope sheet, because with dope sheet, look, those layers, can you see them? They are here. Lines, fields. I'm going to close them. I won't disable their viewing, create a new one, body, enter. And immediately you create a new one, there's an automatic keyframe. I'll delete it, come to frame 50. And maybe I don't like using pencil, I like using ink pen. Color, big stomach. If you want, you can use stabilize and hands, pam. Maybe legs. Nope. Right? Now this is a different layer. I'm going to close this, lock it, and come up here and do head. HEAD, enter. I'm thinking we should move our camera a bit, but since you can see. One, two, three, four. Now for the head, see the onion skinning that we're talking of. Okay, we'll use that for the hand. That was easy, because this ones I know they will not move, but the hand that I know that will move, I will need to do a lot. Let me tell you, the animations where all the body will move, and you can either decide to put all of them on the same layer. So let me tell you something about animation. We teach you the tools, and you will think of the best way to do your characters, right? So now for hand, you can see there's an automatic keyframe at key 1. I'm going to delete it. Okay, it's because there's no one-on-one actually, so it's lines and fields that I still have from 1. So for 50, I'll do like this, right? 51, 52, 53, 54. Okay, wait, let me just make it a fast animation. Can you see? This line you are seeing that is showing the previous one is what is called onion skinning. Most of the animations, 2D animations that you see, it's like this. I'm seeing questions, I'm seeing hands. Damn. Hey, people, are you sure people will not just wait? Let me finish the class. Eh? So that don't worry, I will make sure I cover everything. Yeah. So yes, I'll answer your question, Esther. I know your hands have been up, and your hands will probably be paining you. So very sorry about that. So it's not easy. So yeah, so at 54, I can come to 55, 56, 57, 58 and do like this. Bam. So now if I take it back by just pressing arrow key in my keyboard, can you see? If I come to 45, you can see that everything from here is plain, meaning I should start it from here. Let me tell you why. When we did head body, we started them from 50. That is why there's nothing that is showing here before 50. Everything started from 50. The only thing that will show you before 50 is lines and fill that was here originally. Can you see both of them? Their keyframes are still there, but it's grayed out. So now see, did you see that? He just moved his hands. And you can guess what? You can tell Blender to interpolate. Let me even zoom into this keyframe so you see what I'm doing. You can tell Blender to interpolate between here and here, 50 and 54, 54 and 58, 4 frames. So it is really cool, guys. Really nice, really nice. And seriously, even me, sometimes I still get caught in the awe of everything, you know. So that's what I was trying to explain to you about layers. So I've used that one to explain to you all these layers does, meaning that you can increase the opacity of layers, reduce the opacity of layers, increase the onion skin of layers, everything, guys. Like, it is massive. That's why I'm saying people that have not even joined in before can actually join in this class. But I don't know why people take free things for granted. Well, it's fine. We cool. So we'll talk about mask. In grease pencil, there are no special mask layers. Any layer can act as a mask for other layers. So the mask system is flexible enough to allow top, bottom, and bottom top. So now let me explain. You see how I did body and hand and leg? When it comes to masks, right? Blender only recognizes mask between the object above it and the object below it. So the mask system is flexible enough to allow top, bottom, and bottom top masking. But I think objects that are really far here, I'm not sure it really works, except maybe the ones here are masked to the ones directly above them. So that's something that is very, very cool. And then we did onion skinning, as I said. You can see you can change onion skinning. So you can make your before to be green and your after to be blue. That is massive. That makes a lot of sense. But I don't turn both of them on at the same time. Why? Because it is confusing. Now let me tell you something. You see this keyframe before and after. When you see that onion skinning tab, if you have your blender on now and you have opacity, below it is the keyframe before. You can make that, okay, Blender, only show me keyframes from one before. You can tell it to say, okay, show me keyframes of like 4 keyframes ago. Meaning if I'm 56, tell me what is happening in 52. Do you get me? So that's onion skinning for you. You have your modifiers. Now, I will not go deep into these modifiers because what I did, which was the basics of learning, is making sure you experiment on our subdivision surface 2 is here. The way it is in your normal 3D. But let me tell you, modifiers, the effect you are seeing here is not what you are seeing in 3D. Yes, here is different. But then you can actually get massive stuff out of these modifiers. Now let's just quickly present Blender and show you what I'm trying to say. I'll just show something little, but guess what? I need you to go and play with modifiers because modifiers are a lot, you know, and the possibility of whatever you can do modifiers can never change. You can see it didn't change from your normal Blender 3D. Come here, if you do array, same way you do your array now. If you add copy of count, can you see? Same thing. Come here. If you add, someone will be asking me, what will subdivide do? Let me zoom in so I'll show you what subdivide does. Now, modifiers will work on, you can tell modifier to work on, watch what I'm going to do. Subdivide. 1, 2, but most of my lines are straight, so you can't really see the effect. So sad. You can even tell it to influence, you know, it is working on this particular stroke, but it's working on every stroke at the same time. You can tell it no, influence only the head. So you can imagine. So all the modifiers, same thing, line art, but this is line art already, so this will not really work. Let's look for another one. Noise. I use noise, right, for the animation I did. If you check my Twitter, those vehicles on high speed, those lines, if you notice, they're a bit jittery, right? Yes, I added noise effect to it, so it to just show its emotion, to show speed. That's actually mad. That's a lot. And this class is willing to go for more than our 1 hour for you guys that have questions. Very important because Friday not really teaching anything. Friday is our last day. Friday we are bringing in our design lead. You know, our design lead can do giveaway. Oh. Please let's just try and be there. Oh. Please let's try. Let's try on Friday, set timers and all. So there's a lot you can do with it. Position, can you see for the noise? And this noise, it means to keep moving. Oh. You understand? So this is what you can do with your noise modifier. You can increase the strength of the noise, randomize, increase the seed. Can you see? This is what noise does. I've increased the seed, increase the strength. Imagine you have straight lines and you want to make them curve. That's what noise does, basically. It just adds noise, it just adds imperfection to the line of your drawing. It's because our drawing is very thick. That's why you can't really see the effect of what I'm doing, right? Yeah, but yes. So let's quickly move on to the next. So we have effects, you have visual effects. That is mind blowing, that is amazing, guys. And this is the one now that is really good, you know. Visual effects, you have blur, you have flip visual, you have glow, you have pixelate, you have rim, you have visual effect, you have shadow, you have, well, I think most of these effects, you know, normal Blender 3D does not have the effect, but Blender 2D does because it's just drawing. But 3D, all your effects is a modifier, just forget about it. You know, so it's mad. So I'm going to just give you a quick demo, and I'll use that to explain materials too. But I've explained materials in a way though, because all those joins I did the last time and those things picking it up. I'll just do everything, don't worry. Chill. So I'll go to draw mode. I'm in draw mode. Yes, I'm in draw mode. I'll come to here and I'll close it, add another one, make this one ball. What frame am I in? I'm in frame 56. I'm not in frame 51 like 50 that I did others, but no problem. And I will maybe come here and make it I want to make it a sphere. So I'll drag and click and hold shift so that it can become accurate. Right? Now, effects, right? I will, in fact, before I do the ball, see what I'm going to, I'll come to materials, bring in a new one and make it ball. But in this ball, surprisingly, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to make the lines black, but I will make the fill to be green. So just increase it so you can see the green. So if I drag it like this, you will see green in the center. And I press enter. This is our green ball. Watch. I'll come to effect. Effect is just below modifiers. All those things you saw. Look at blur. You only see this thing if you come to, I think you come to rendered. Yes, come to rendered, then you see it. See our blur, Abby? Makes sense. Makes sense. You can even decide to come to edit mode, press A, G, Y, and GX to take it maybe behind. Okay. You can see. But of course, it's going to be showing on top because right now your drawing does not have fill. Like this one does not have fill. Do you get? But you can see it's affecting everywhere. That's the only problem. That's the only problem with effect. Unlike modifiers that can pick just a layer, effect picks everything. See, everywhere is blurry. But you can use this for meaning that you create another stroke and draw on that stroke. You see how it is with sense? Draw on that stroke. Maybe if you want characters behind. Now you make all those ones, draw those ones, separate layer, like separate stroke, safe, and make those ones blur. Then make your main character normal. That's an idea I just give. Just colorize. You can see you can bring in grayscales, sepia, transparent. You can even make it dual tone. All you can do shadow. You can do shadow. This is good. You can even do the color of your shadow. You can see the shadow at the end here. Look at the rim here. Can you see? Rim is what I love to use the most. It shows light. Can you see? Very beautiful. This doesn't even follow the normal 3D light you have, and there's no 3D light here. Remember, I opened the 2D, except I come to object mode and bring in light. Now for materials, I just explained to you how material is. You can bring in a material just for lines. Let me say line, and I will not click this fill, and I'll just make it to be blue line. And if I draw, okay, I'm still in circle mode, I'll come to draw, and if I draw like this, blue line. If I click on this fill, automatically it fills, and then I'll come here, make it brown body and blue line. If you want it to just be line, click this. If you want it to just be fill, watch this. I'll come here, bring in, I'll make it fill. You don't need to name it fill, but I'm naming my own fill because I don't want to be confused. I'll take out stroke and click out only fill and make it, what should I do, sky blue. If I come to fill here and press fill, nice. Let's go above. So this is power of what 2D animation can do, and this is nice because you can actually embed it with your 3D designs. So most of the settings you have in your normal EV and cycles, you will have them here in your surface settings. So everything is as you want it. So, but basic knowledge is very important. That's just the main thing. So when it comes to animation, right, the main goal of the Crease Pencil is to offer a 2D animation tool full immersed in a 3D environment. You see what I was explaining to you? So the advantage we have over people that are using After Effects and people that are using Moho, people that are using Toon Boom Harmony and other applications that are using to do whatever animation they're using in 2D, you will be able to do 2D in 3D environment. Meaning that what this background you are seeing now, you can make it a scene. You can even make it a painting. You can draw out your scene, either way you want it to be. And it's actually cool because it's a nice implementation, bringing in 2D into 3D. And guess what? When you have other 3D applications like Mayan, or most of them don't have this. Some might have 2D drawing tools, but it's not like Blender. Blender has almost everything. As I'm saying, it's a cheat software. So there are different ways you can animate your object. You can move the whole object, or you can draw them frame by frame, which was what I did by drawing the character's hand moving up, all right? Or you can deform them. Deforming, you will use points. It's almost like modeling. But now you are modeling with points, and you can animate your points, which is really fantastic, right? And then you can do inherited animation. This one now is causing the object to move based on the movement of another object. So constraints, you see. So apart from the fact that you can actually read your characters, your 2D characters, you can also apply constraints, and I did that a lot. I think there was an animation I would have been able to preview, but it's in my former PC, right? So there are bones, they are actually constraints for bones on a 2D character. Is surprising, right? On a drawing, but it's very possible. So for things that I know that I was going to be drawing again, example, if a character is on a moving car, he sticks his head out and he keeps his hand out, and he has like a scarf around his neck. Of course, the scarf is going to be like moving, like it's going to be showing that there's a lot of wind passing through. I cannot rig that one. You cannot modify that one. You cannot move it as a whole object. The style of animation I will choose is drawing it frame by frame, which is what traditional animation originally is all about. So I'm going to quickly just show you what I mean. So if we want to use this ball as an example, moving the ball is the first way you can actually like move your object, right? So I can come to, I'm in draw mode. Okay, I'm in draw mode. I just wanted to confirm. I will come to edit mode. Meanwhile, if you come to layer, right, You can see, do you know why I locked all these ones? So that they will not be selected. If I press A now, it's only the circle that I selected. If I unlock hand and head and I press A, can you see all of them? If I press G, all of them move. Can you see? It's just strokes now, it's just drawing. So I'll close them. So this is your first way of animating object. One. The second one, what did they say? It's frame by frame, which was what I did. If I go back, you see the drawing of the hand and drawing of the hand. This is frame by frame, right? Then on the third one, they said deforming them. Watch me deforming. I'll press edit mode and come to your point mode, like call it vertex. See, I've even drawn a character like this. You know, this looks like the top of someone's head, right? See now, you can bring in, guess what? You can bring in your proportional editing. Are you seeing God? I'll pick here, press G, take it down a bit, and do like this. See? This is cool, guys. In fact, I can even come to draw mode and maybe decide to create a new material. I'll call it eyes. Why? Because I want the lines to be black, stroke, and include fill, and make it completely white. And I can just do this. Nope. And this. But the lines are too thick. Come here, you can reduce the influence of your line by pressing F and scroll down wheel. This strength, if you have a drawing tab like me, you'll be able to use this your pressure strength. So if you press it just like you're pressing your pen, it will be to taking the line, right? So now see radius, I'll drop radius like 12. So if I do like this, if I do like this, see, I'll come up again, this new one, press new, pupil. Let's make our pupil, what color? Maybe purple, I don't know, maybe blue, this kind of blue. And don't forget our stroke is black, so I can I'm thinking of something. Should I make it an arc? Watch, and I'll drop this handle down like this. You know what? I'll choose another style. I'll press escape. So I will choose this one now, curve. I'll drag the curve like this, drag it like this, drag this one like this, drag this one like this. Press enter. Character is looking up. Beautiful, guys. You know, I'm also hoping to inspire a 2D animator among your midst. You know, that'll be another like very fun way about how this story of animation ends. Is our bootcamp. Imagine inspiring a 2D artist from all of you that is here. So I've showed you all the different ways you can animate. So at this point, you're not supposed to be scared of anything anybody throws at you. So if you're working with anybody that is doing animation, even if you can't do what the person is doing, you know what the person is doing. Do you understand? And that gives you power. Of course, knowledge is power. And then Q&A. Very sure our class extended to this point in time. Those people that were raising hands that time when their hand was spinning them, they can ask me questions. And then tell me to your question about your texture on your gun too. You can actually go to it here, so I can just explain it to you. But it is in my material video, which I said, but I'll go over it again. So while waiting for question number 1, whose hands was up? The first person was Esther. Esther, are you ready for your question now?
Ok, Okay, no, not really a question. I just wasn't seeing your screen that time.
You'd have put it in the chat box now. You'd have put it in the chat box. So I'm welcoming questions. Should I have question from here now? Any question at all on how they did a particular ad you saw, movie or a video or anything, or how you can implement it to your designs. So I'm waiting for questions. And if your question is not related to what we did this night, if you are still stuck, this is the time again. This is the easiest time to come up with your questions. So I'm waiting. Okay. So Tobiloba, you go first.
Okay. So my boy, when I designed it finish, because of that shirt, the way I designed the shirt the first time, it was in a way that like I could not get the hand to move freely. So I decided to delete the shirt. So now my boy is shirtless. So I'm trying to add the shirt back. But I don't know if I add the shirt back, if it's going to move. How I'm going to add it, I'm going to make sure that it moves with the hand.
When you add the shirt back, what you will do is, in essence, once you add the shirt back, it means that automatically you are going to start all over again. That is for the shirt oh. So
So like
you model the shirt again, make sure the shirt is at least a few centimeters away from the body. Don't forget that. That's one rule that a lot of us used to really battle with. And then you make it to follow your character. That's you bind it to your character, go to weight paint and reduce the influence and increase the influence of the corresponding bone around that area of the shirt. So yes, that's what you do. Then I'm going to
thank
give you
you.
another expo, right? So now you see when I explain vertex scope, right? When you bind your characters, go to your object data property. If you go to vertex scope, you will see that all the name of your bones is appearing on your object. Do you know what I do? I copy those things to the cloth. So you know normally if you move the left arm bone, the body, which is the flesh, should I say the flesh, which is the direct object, will follow the bone, right? And you want the shirt to follow the bone, right? Now, in some instances, like now, the character is wearing a body hug. I might not even need to bind it again. I'll make it copy data transfer. So it's going to copy the effect that the armature has on the body. You will copy that effect to the cloth. That is if it is body hug or if your shirt has big shirt, all those sorry to say, all those Yahoo boy shirt that is big, have space and all those things. That one now you will need a lot of it's not going to be the same. It will never be the same. Everything about Yahoo is just hard. Now you have to start again, reduce the influence of the bone one by one by one. Oh my goodness. So yeah. So the next person is Lord Despa.
Yeah, GM, I wanted to ask about the 2D. If you are modeling a character now, and maybe just not just modeling like you, the character like in aspects that's where the character has to speak, perform in the speaking, like now the movement of the mouse. Are you going to be drawing it like in each faces, or there is any other way to go by that?
Okay. Okay, so there's something I want to show you, right? So when it comes to you're asking lip sync, that's your question. There are different ways people lip sync. There are also effects that make people lip sync. When let me see if I can, I'm going to use 3D as an example. I'll use 3D as an example. And thank God this my video is on already. So you can see it, right? So now if I don't know if I can even zoom in. Is it possible to zoom in?
Try to be brushing twice daily, eh?
So
Pico, Joe.
let me reduce the volume.
Fine boy. Handsome boy.
So
Brushing twice daily,
so
eh?
now
Pico,
basically,
Joe.
if I pause this video to the shape of the mount here, most times you have controllers for each of the mount going around like this. Most of the time you have to animate it, yes, each frame. So if it takes maybe 8 frames to say jaw, you will do the jaw, e sound, then jaw, like your jaw is open out small, your mouth creates a small o sound. That's a different way. There are other add-ons that Blender has to help you lip sync, right? But at the end of the day, you must animate it yourself. When it comes to 2D, now when it comes to 2D, right? Blender, you will do the same. But this time now is drawing. But even if it is not drawing, oh God, don't know if I can quickly just do this. But this kind of question I was expecting, question that will take us. I didn't do the second eye. Drop this one and drop this one. Take this one up small, up down small, and press enter. I'm going to create a different layer for the mouth. MOUTH. Now you can actually escape. Okay, let me just draw. If I do like this, I want it to be just lines. Go to materials, go to solid stroke, just lines. I can put the mouth like this, right? And I can come to your object data property, see vectors group, let me hide this, display, relations, adjustment, transform. So you can see most of the things you have in your 3D is here. So I can actually copy an effect to just, there's something called noise modifier effect, but it is on animation, right? So what you do basically is it will only be animating the mouth opening and closing. So in edit mode now, watch. This is what I'm going to watch. In edit mode, this is the mouth, Abby. And in fact, let's make, oh, I wish I drew it with another line because I want to make inside red to show you what I'm saying. I'll come inside here. MOU red. Sometimes we creatives, we have very, very weird renaming. That's something I've not conquered it today. Even if I'm teaching it, it's something I always suffer from. So since that 3D character name is Debbie, I can say Debbie. Debbie 1, Debbie 2 before anger, Debbie 3 after anger. So annoying. But the best way to rename these things is _01 underscore. I know it's not like as if I don't know. Some of my objects are showing _01, _02, _03. But you see Debbie final scene, Debbie before the kissing, Debbie after the kissing. That particular last one suffered me because I had the two characters and then bringing them in. So I was importing the one that she has already finished abusing him, before he woke up in the dream. I didn't know that the one I was supposed to bring in was the first one when she was eyeing him and all. So I animated all of them on different Blender. So you can imagine. So if I say this is the mouth, wait, right? On 56 frame, I can, on this same frame, right, I can come to 58, let's come to 59 and press edit mode, select and SZ to close it. Shey you see? Open, close, open, close. Now, you can tell Blender to be battling between this first keyframe and second keyframe and animate it so that if it hears any sound, you import your WAV file, .wav, .wav, like MP4, like MP3, sorry. So .wav, WAV is a form of audio, but Blender only sees .wav. Remember I've said that thing before. So in case, So when you're bringing your audio, you know, say your character is not following. So when you bring it in, most times you come to your video sequencer. So I tell you that this Blender is a cheat software. So it's assume you are bringing in, see, if you see add, can you see sound? Can you see movie? You can even bring image sequence. You can even bring text, meaning this is video editing already. So you bring in your sound. It opened the dialog box, you didn't see it, but fine. You can bring in your sound, and once you bring it, it will appear here. Then you come back to the graph editor while you have animated this particular one. Okay, so let me tell you, most of the times, right? Let me press NT. So most of the times, is it in a graph, or I can't even remember. Okay, I think it's graph, but it's been a while. But then if I was on, in fact, let me go to object mode. So I can select the stroke well. If I select the stroke well and there's a keyframe here, automatically you will see modifier stack here. So guess what? There's even modifier for animation, that is for keyframes. You know, anything that happens here is keyframes. It's keyframe that is here. It's keyframes. It's just that this is a graph editor. That's why you can't really see it, right? If you come to your dope sheet, which was the original one for 2D animation, you will see it. Where's your dope? See dope. Look at them. So yeah, basically that's just how it is. So that's how you animate. That is number one. The second style, let me close it and bring in another one, which is the original way, because when it comes to lip sync, there's a lot of work done. Mouth 2. Please don't be angry, guys. Traditional. Since it's traditional 2D. Very long name. The traditional is not even showing. No wahala. No wahala. I'm going to close in mouth 1 and close the vision and make 2 the only one open, right? I can do, oh shit, sorry. Sorry, I thought I'm in object mode. I didn't know I'm not in draw mode. So I can do, just watch. Oh, open, P. So the mouth is coming back to be O, shape of the mouth. You see what I'm even trying? I'm trying to, oh God, maybe, oh God, I can't do curves without, oh, let me go back to normal solid stroke. O, P, U. Next sound, so I'll go to next keyframe and put, I'll go back to inside mouth red. Sorry. U, poon. I didn't put teeth, so you might not really get poon. N. Send me something like this. So you can see it's the same way what I told you, the 4 ways of animating. Still the 4 ways of animating. Either you move the whole thing, whether you deform it. You know you can deform it. I deformed when I did open and close. So now see. Open. Open. Please take screenshots. Please, every time we say post on X, people are not posting on X. People are not telling, you're not proud of what you are learning. And I don't know why. Post on X. Only 2 posts I saw last week. How can you tell us that you're passionate about what you're learning? You need to be passionate yourself. You don't need to make it sound believable. You need to believe. So take this particular one. I think I like this particular one. That's why. You can take any one you want. I can go back to, before I'm done, I'll still go back to our main topic. You can take a screenshot from there. You can take several screenshots and just tell us what you've learned. Tell us how you feel. Tag me, tag talk, and tag SUPERTEAMNG, you know. Because this is really nice. Because now, me looking at this thing now, ideas start coming into my head, and I hate it because me, sometimes ideas don't let me sleep, and it's so annoying. And I don't think everybody will have enough time to bring out all your ideas in everybody's head, which is true. So let's try to post on X while I'm waiting for the next question. Who is up for the next question? Please post on X. Take screenshots. Take screenshots. Take screenshots. Take screenshots. Please, 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 please. What about the background of the 2D? Will it be drawn individually? Anyone you want. Esther, anyone you want. After all, you are good now. Anything you want, either way you want it. Was there attendance in the last one? No. Was there attendance? Yes, it can be imported to any. See, look. Oh God. Okay. Naruto, not Naruto Shippuden. Naruto, one of the oldest animes back then. Let me tell you what they did. They drew it frame by frame, but they had different artists that drew the environment. If you know you've not done the attendance, please, you can just send me. Let me just drop it now. So we have separate people that are working on the background. Don't worry, Feromi, I'm coming to you before your hands start to pain. And they had different background artists. Do you get? So back then, there were people painting the backgrounds. All they had to do was visually move the character, and you would think the background is 3D, but it is not. So the most difficult way to represent a 2D animation is if the camera is going around the object. So imagine like the camera is going around and make person surprised. So the camera is going around 360. When you do 360, it means your flat 2D images that are behind the object, they're supposed to act as the surrounding. They will not act. Instead, they'll be showing that they are planes. You know how it is now. If you're looking at the picture from front view, you can't tell until you go to the side. Once you start going towards the side, you see it's flat. It's as simple as that. So you can do anything. You can import. You can even bring in vector images as your background. You can draw your images as background. You can go and take image from Google. Beware of copyright. I did not say you should go and steal anybody's work. And put it as your background. Judosi is making millions now, and he's just using his phone. So I don't know. You can be making millions too. Ready to make you guys millionaires. So Femi, you can ask your question. You know, today is the last of our studio, guys, and our official class. Friday, we are coming to talk about our problems, how the bootcamp has been, and please, I beg us, let's try and top in our Friday. Let's try our best. Just try and attend, Just try so that, and again, I don't think you even want to miss it because now that I've taught you how to fish, let's teach you where the fish is now. How about that? Right? Let's teach you where the fish is again. That's another one. A lot of people with skills and monetizing it. Even me, I had a problem monetizing because I didn't understand some principles of how things are supposed to be done, right? So since we're in the world of content, you should be able to come up with something fantastic. So let's teach you where SUPERTEAMNG is a very good community. And I know like community is actually one of the best things that has happened to our generation. So Feromi, you can go with your question. Let me post the attendance.
All right. I'm still on that question on how to add. You told me that I should add a different texture to the edges of the gun. So I tried to do something, but it's not like the original image. Like I don't really get what you mean.
So what I mean is you're not really copying everything in the image, but you are copying. I need realism. So if any of you that have submitted the assignment, you see most of you that are on this call, when I see your assignment, the way I will scrutinize it because you people are big boys and girls. You people are big boys and girls. So I'm expecting Shrek level type of modeling. Something mad. Transformers. That's what I'm expecting. So we're trying to push quality, right? What you've done is fantastic. But I'm going to present to a different blender and show you what I mean. I might not have time to switch between the materials because I might not have time to switch between the materials because I cannot be switching and showing you that I brought in a material and all, right? But just hold on to me. When I mean your object is overflowing, this is what I mean. I'm going to come to edit mode, right? And press 3 or come to face mode and insert, extrude, scale, extrude, extrude again, maybe come here, extrude and scale. Okay, scale along y axis, scale along z axis, scale along y, scale along, I'm not saying x because this is x already, right? I'll now scale generally because I needed something this thing. I'll come to 1 on the side view, Control R. No, I'll just put 1 loop cut. So if I come to wireframe mode, select these all guys and press G, right? Now I'll come to this guy that is here and press R. I'm just pressing R. It's not going to, I don't need to press RY to rotate around Y. Do you know why? If I'm on front view, you can see X axis is like this and Z axis like this. So it is only going to scale along Y. R, let's check. Can you see it didn't bend another way? It just bent along the Y axis. So yeah, this is what I want to do. Then I'll now Control B and scale. I understand. So you get the kind of object I'm trying to model. Now, watch where I'm going. I'll come to object mode. I'll come to object mode. And I'll come to sheet editor. Please just give me 2 minutes. I'm coming. I think I need water because my water bottle is far from me. Yes, sorry, I'm back. Hey, Chineke may God. It's not easy. So, I hope you guys are there. So imagine I bring in a texture. I'll just come here and bring in image texture, just any kind of texture, right? I'll pick anyone. You will not see the dialog box, but I'm not going to new, right? You can see it turns black. So I'm going to look for something that I want to pick. I want to be seeing so that I want to be seeing for my companion mode, so I'll know if you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, dialog box not showing, but no worries. I'm going to pick a picture. Let me pick this wood texture. Thank God there's wood here. Now, look at what I mean. Can you see here is showing well. Here is not showing well because it is stretched. Here is not showing well because naturally objects don't show this way. Can you see what I'm trying? This is what I call the overflow. It doesn't work like that in real life. Now, normally, according to most objects, you're even supposed to have bevel. That's even supposed to be there in case you don't want to bevel your object normally. See, there's bevel there now, and I can make it 2. See, if I come to object, can you see that the object even looks better now, like as I added the bevel? But it doesn't look great in the distance because your textures are not showing as it should be. Now, watch what I'm going to do. What I've been trying to say all this while is that if you come to UV editing, you will see if you come to maybe face mode and press A to select everything, look at how it is appearing, right? Now, come to for UV editing, in case it's not showing your texture, go to texture mode to show your texture mode. If I click on this face, look at where this face is. Can you see this face is just a line? It's not supposed to be so. So what I was trying to tell you there is, number one, you can press U, Smart UV project. That's what I was trying to tell you in the voice note. I was trying to remember. I was not in my laptop. Smart UV project. It will guess how to create them as different islands. Remember, I told you UV is spreading all your objects so that you can tell the object where you want some things to be. If I then first press escape, the reason why this whole place is showing well, you know, if you select it to show in the UV, can you see it's arranged? And it is showing well because it is. But you see this part, let me show you here. Look, can you see two faces appearing as just a line? Meaning, let me just show you what I mean. Meaning, in this line, everything that is happening here is happening in this line. Everything, which it doesn't make sense. Meaning, it will stretch out the short pixel you have between. In fact, you can't even zoom in it. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I'll press A, press U, Smart UV project. Number one, let's see what Smart UV project to do. Can you see that with Smart UV project, it looks a little bit better, but you still don't have total control, but it is better because now objects can actually look like this. If you press A now, can you see what Smart UV project did? It took everything out, it picked this side to be on one place, picked this side to be on one place. Now let me explain to you what I mean by the UV creating seams, right? Now I will come to edge mode. Let me show you what I mean. If I press U normal and to unwrap it normally, see what it's doing. Normally U unwrap. Can you see U unwrap too is trying? But if you don't have time for this, you press U unwrap or you press U smart unwrap. It's also cubic. Cubic is good. Let's see what cubic will do. Give us U cubic protection. You see, still makes sense in a way. Look at it now. Kind of makes sense in a way. It's not that bad because if you look, it's just that some are appearing on each other, and except you want it to be so, you don't want it to exactly appear like this, like for them to appear on each other, but it looks kind of normal. This is our bevel. I want the bevel offset to increase. So yes. So let me go back to what I'm doing. So now I pressed U, right? And this is what it did. Now if I'm in edge mode, right? If I press here, 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 and here, and press U, maxing. Can you see it's red? If I come to normal object, can you see it's still red? If I press A now and U unwrap, this particular one, let me come to face mode 3. This particular face, can you see it's on its own? While every other thing is somehow. Do you see what I'm trying to say? You can create, meaning I can create them as islands. Let me go next. I'll come here. See what I'll do. I'll come to edge mode, right? And select here. Let me see how I want to open this place up. I want this one to be on its own. So I'll press Alt, click all the way down here, all the way down here, and press U. Maxing. I've created this whole side. Now I want the material to flow into this place. That your question is a very heavy question. So you can see it will take us a while. Then U maxing. This is what helps when we're modeling characters, because we want our armpit to be well, so that if you will paint on our characters. Yes, now me now I had to paint on that girl Debbie. I had to go and look at how girls used to do makeup, lip gloss, everything. Now, while I am painting, I have to make sure that part of the character, if I'm painting the lips, it also flow into the ear. Because if you don't unwrap it well, it will flow into the ear. Any object you model, you have distorted the normal orientation. Let me tell you what I mean. I'll press object mode, bring in a new cube. Watch, I'll take this cube up, GZ up, press A. Can you see? Just A, I just pressed A. Look at the original UV. It is arranged from beginning. The moment I distort it, that's all. Watch. 3 phase mode. Extrude. Can you see? I extruded A. Everything is still there. You are trying to tell me now that as I extruded now, all these faces that are here are in one line. Do you see why when you distort object, and guess what? When you model, you always continually distort objects. Do you get me? That is the reason why we don't want your objects to flow. I'll go back to my normal object, press edit mode, and show you what I mean. If I press A now and U, I won't do everything because UV on app is very difficult. I'll not lie to you. It takes a lot of understanding though. But me, I was even a very slow learner, unlike you guys. So I relent and relent till I forced it into my brain. So now let's talk about the other object. But we can pick this object. See, if I select all this place, can you see that it picked everything up? So I can pick a line. Let me close this one that's up here. So select here, select here, select here, select here. So do you see it created this as a different object that I can actually work on? This is what UVs, this is what UVs and marking of seams can help us do. But once you have started marking seam, you must mark everywhere seam. It doesn't mean every edge, trust me. But you will choose edges that you know. Like now, see what I'll do. I'll create this. I'm just trying to guess, and everything is trying error. U mark seam, A U unwrap. Okay, I'm getting to there. I've still gotten these 2 places, but I've not gotten all. Meaning that I've cut this place open. I think it's to join here. U mark seam, A U unwrap. Okay, you can see everything is opening small. That's how you do it until you have different islands. So you need to have a visual representation of how you want your object to be. Meaning, if this was a character, I want my hands to be here, I want my legs to be here, my head. Me, I used to put my head big here. My 2 legs will occupy this page. You know what I mean? I hope with these few ones, we have been able to convince you and not confuse you that objects should appear realistically by adding seams. If you don't have time for seam, put cubic. Does not mean you will create new material. It does not mean it has to be exactly the same material with the piece tool, but make it look realistic. In the piece tool, you can see that it showed that it had metal, it had dirt, it had all those things. Try to put all those things. Put in glossy. Let me even show you what I mean quickly, since we're here already. Maybe I'll go to shading. If I want, I'll go to shading. You can increase, if it is metal, reduce your roughness. It will increase the shininess. Come here to this thing, so that, let me take out this object, delete this light, increase your light so we know what we're doing. Drop in the world so that you see everything. Drop the black in the world. Can you see? Now I can decide to maybe shade smooth, right? You can see shining already. Try to bring in those things. If you go to poly heaven, you have other image texture. Like now, you get the wood diffuse, you get the wood roughness. Carry the wood roughness and put it to the roughness. If you have it for normal, carry it and put it in your normal too. But most times, I think it's better you use alpha for normal. Like I can see, it's not to show you, right? But normals too help. If you want displacement too, if you want bump, Shift A, bring in bump, B-U-M-P. For your displacement image or bump map, take it to the height and take it to the normal. You will see the edges will not be too smooth again. It will follow the lines. Let me show you something. A, you subdivide. So that's what it really helps to do. Can increase the strength, reduce the strength, increase the strength, and add color. So you see, this realism we're talking about. So now we have told Blender that look, for every of those distortions you saw, it is like a displacement on the surface of the object. It's beautiful. I hope I will get post on X today. So Ferami, your question has taken like 15 minutes only. Okay, well, I hope you're not confused anymore. That is why I'm trying to say bring in realism. Try to bring in realism. Are you still confused?
Not really. I'm better now.
Not really. Hey, Chineke, may God.
I have to try it myself now.
Yes, try it yourself. Most times in our class, try to have Blender up on one side, use your phone. So you see, if you are doing this, you'll be having a lot of questions, guys. And something that you guys really could have been doing. When I watch tutorials, I make sure Blender is on my side now. Abi? When I was doing cinema 4D2, I made sure Blender was on my side. Just to make sure there was like a guide, you understand? So is that all the questions I'm going to receive today? Is that all? Is that all? Congratulations again to the winners. And let's try to keep pushing, perfect your skills, try to perfect your skills, try to build a community of creatives, try to build gurus. You know, this class was like 2 hours. And sorry, you might not get the recording because the way it tripped off the first time, that recording went. So the one of the first class might not really get recording. That's sad. I don't know what to do. I'll try to see if I can recover the video file because the video is going to be corrupted since it's not like it didn't render. But maybe this second one you can get. That first one, very sorry. But don't worry, I'll try. Let's just see what. Let's see what the computer will like be able to recover. Might not be able to recover every part of the video, but let's see if we can recover some part of the video. Open our recording, but you have to put your all in everything, from the class to the recording. The recording is just like a guide and like a reminder. So as I said, if you had the Blender to your side now, you just be able to like be moving it. It's me that will move slow because I have to be switching different presentations. Thank you all once again. Waiting for your post on X. Please tell your guys, tell your family people, tell your friends, put it on your WhatsApp too, so that you can take the link to your X. Let them know what is happening, And then somebody will start thinking of but if I have 3D something, let's say you can help me run am small, you don't collect to. Yeah. So so yes. Esther, what I know when I was asking questions, you're not here, so I don't know. How is your assignment going?
Just there, not much progress.
Okay, I'll put it on the Telegram group now, the group that you're tagging on X. So me at Dami DX on X, right? Then call me talk and SUPERTEAMNG. NGO, the other super team, the super team Malaysia, the super team India, the super team US, the super team UK, super team Japan. Not all the countries, but at least I know some reasonable amount of the countries. So yes, you can tag those people I put in the group now. So thank you all for tuning in today. It was worth the wait though, even if we spent almost 2 hours, and it was worth the wait. So for the winners, I'll direct on what to do next, on how to recover it. The thing is that I sent, some people have sent W since, but some people didn't view their messages. Like imagine you have won, but even to view your message, because I was waiting for them, I needed to carry like everybody along. View your message, no. And she's laughing. She knows who she is. She's laughing. View message, oh. So guys, let's try to tune in on Friday, please. Let's come out in our numbers. I'll put it on the group too. Our design is going to take us through how what super team really is, come up with your questions. If you really practice, you will come up with questions. If you really practice, if you really practice, you will come up with questions. You will come up with questions. So it's very important. Try to practice. Try to practice. Make use of me now. When you start to pay consultation fee, okay. I know the people that have told me that I should just wait a little. It's not like as if I will not still guide them, but they're going to work on the videos later. And they've started working on them. Some are like at bed, some of them are like chair and all, but basically, right, I'll be here. But does not mean you see our Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Alileo that's ended after Friday. So in your system, you feel something's supposed to be happening on Monday. You now remember that our bootcamp is over. Or we're trying to create a community, right? So guys, let's just try. Then maybe I'll say ladies keep it up, because I'll not lie, we have very active ladies and it's a serious stereotype against our guys. I don't know if you guys are really teaming up, but most of the people that we have that perform are ladies. So yeah, Okon Emmanuel, you can go up with your question quickly.
Um, I just wanted to ask, would it be, would the group still be alive after the boot camp? Because I was hoping it would be. I feel like it's a very good medium for us to still keep in touch and ask questions concerning Blender, even after the boot camp ends. So I just wanted to ask that question. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Well, I will poison it. It's not going to be alive. It will die. I will kill it because okay, but honestly speaking, it's supposed to be dead, but I spoke with our organizers, since we're trying to build a community. Yeah, it's true the turn up has been low. Like we had over 400 people that registered, and there are a lot of money put into this thing just to make sure we bring in a community strong of 3D. And look at how many people are committed. That's just like bad investment, and because of that, a lot of decisions wanted to be taken, but then over time, people will still come up. Some people don't even have PCs, so we'll keep it alive for now. We're still trying to build a community. When I mean community, does not mean we cannot create another group and form the strong community. And the people that are interested, we can fix all of us in, and then we can work on projects, But right now, many of us are not ready for projects yet. We need to keep working on what we have, keep working on your skills. The bootcamp group is still going to be open for now, right? For now. So I was hoping that there's going to be a lot of networking to let us know the part of Nigeria you are at. Let's see what we can do. We're supposed to be having Blender meetups, and I was wishing it was even. I wished a lot of FCT people were here, because I was going to organize like an event where I'll bring in the FCT people and we're just going to celebrate the end of the bootcamp, preview on screen where we have drinks, laughs, everything, and then we can do challenges, model this, texture this. Let's see what you can do. Let's see what you can do. I was really hoping I was going to be able to do that, but that a lot of FCT people are not here, so that's another thing. So it will be open, basically too. So congratulations to our winners, and then since everybody has sent me W now, I'll send a voice note on what to do exactly. So thank you very much for joining in today's one. Let's clap for ourselves for making it to this end. At least a lot of people fell along the side, but we survived. Devil is a liar. So thank you very much for tuning in once again. God bless you all. Stay safe out there. Bye.